and Jacob is on the mute mat. So, got a question in here. Let's see what's going on. Who's on table 2? So yeah, so I think everybody's turned up to the tables. I think there's only one person that's missing off table 2. Marvel versus game. You could be right there. It looks rather Marvel-like. There, everybody's turned up on the tables. Cool. It's good to know. Let's get into it. So, I mean, I'm gonna say this is the most represented black tournament I've seen. Obviously, hand visibility is a thing here, but obviously I can't say anything again, so that's down to his opponent just to let him know. Yeah, need some better lighting. This. Oh, he's playing green on his side. Lighting is definitely an issue on that side. He's a copy Terrymon at that point. He's gone for Newmon for 3. Oh, he's not seen the rookie. No, they really don't, and this is a problem with it. I'm looking. I want to know what your thoughts. Actually, I know you're a content creator as well. I'm thinking of doing a giveaway for like a setup, first time setup for webcam games. Either like one of the lazy arm holders for your mobile phone if you use a mobile phone, or possibly just a cheap webcam. What do you think? I mean, I'm just looking to try and give back to people. You know, people getting involved in this game. They have been delayed due to scarcity of product or just not being able to go to your local shop. I just feel like I've enjoyed it enough. I want to share it a bit. So what do you think, dude? If you mute, yeah, it's just because I'm still eating my sandwich. I'm trying to get through. The giveaway would be, let's just say like a first time setup for your webcam battle. So like it's called a lazy arm holder. It's just like a clamp that goes onto your desk. You can hook your phone into it. I think like £10 on Amazon, something like that. It's just like an easy way to try and maneuver your layout so it's a bit more suitable for you, or potentially something like a webcam and that. So like just to give people a chance to get involved in the game, have the setup there, things like that. Yeah, that could be actually. I mean, I could look to do some of that. Maybe just as like a little thing for people, because I mean webcams aren't expensive, but you can't expect everybody to want to just obviously buy out for these things. People are aiming to want to play these in the stores, and we know they are. But I think realistically, even when stores open back up, I feel like you're still going to have an element where people want to play online, because the fact is it's now a lot easier, and you can play UK versus US. You have a lot more platform, a lot more people open to play, because some people might not have local game shops as well. Because I know for me, there's nowhere nearby that really hosts a local game one. Oh, and we have a disconnect there. And they're back in. I think that might have just been a bug on their thingy, so it's just... Yeah, I mean, online is basically one of the few ways people get involved in it. It's down down to them to report the disconnect to me there, but obviously it was only for a second. Yeah, a good webcam. Obviously, yeah, you're looking at like the C920, Logitech, and things like that. This one for my mat is it's basically like Galaxy but with an NU. So Nullalaxy. I don't even say the word. Nullalaxy. We'll go with that. That's it. It was about £27.99 off Amazon, and then for the face cam it was literally £12.59 off eBay. So you can see all my stuff's budget, but it works. So there you go. It's just plug and play webcams. Just see if I have any requests. Oh, everybody good? Feel like I'm having to watch so many things at once to try and make sure it's going well. That flower cannon though. This is my first. I've never hosted one before. I've took place in them. Anything with peanut butter and jelly gives a really dry mouth, so I might have to go get a drink in a second. Yeah, I've took part in like PPG events. I've took part in Gyro Sean's event, Brothers events, but this is my first one I'm hosting. I'm running it all through the Best Coast Parents app for the parents and rounds and that, which works really well. Gotta say, I really appreciate how good the app actually is, and yeah, it seems to be going alright, to be honest. I said people are just getting used to it all. Give me a second, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna drink. Okay, I'm back. Apologies there. Yeah, just trying to sort things out as and where I can, and a drink was needed. So I can make out just barely. Lighting is a thing. Personally, he needs to turn a light on at some stage. He's got 2 Vegemons, 3, one in his raising area. And I'm assuming that's a Palmon. I mean, there's not much there's obviously not much difference between the most of them in green. Obviously, you know, the Copperterrymon compared to the Vegemon, it's 5k, but it gives the buffs on inherents. So it's fine right now. It's all pretty much a standard thing. But the black has got itself. I think it's got itself quite nicely established here. As long as he doesn't chuck away too much memory, I think he's in a good spot. Now he is running a Mimi and a flower cannon. I've got someone waving their hands. Let me just check if everything's okay in here. Funny thing is, I've just realised I'm talking to myself there for ages because I unmuted them and muted you. My bad. So yeah, so as I was saying, in the edition of the Mimi, it was to kind of fill out for the fact you only had one black tamer, and obviously with black you really need to be reset to 3. You really need that that extra memory to be able to extend your turns, because you end up passing turn by the turn you do anything relevant. If you're on 1, you aren't doing anything on your turn to black to add more value. You're probably going to play one blocker down then, and then continue to go up 1 stage at a time. So the Mimi was there for that, but I'm not sure. But does Mimi actually have the cards here? What am I asking for? Let me check. Yeah, so in all fact, as long as if you play 4 Puppetmons in the black deck, if you drop to Puppetmon, saying let's say it stays on board, you've got a Mimi down, you can technically hatch another Digitama to try and rush out in black as well. You know, might actually could be an actually interesting thing. Who knows? It might be worth trying. Keep that in mind. You never know. That's one of the things black struggles with. It just yeah, you need a green level 5 at least. So that's mean if you have the Puppetmon there, that meets the criteria for it. But if you've got that out, it doesn't say it's only a green Digimon you to hatch or raise. It is literally the case of you can raise a Digimon. So you could hatch, you could raise it the same turn if you had Puppetmon out and Mimi's down in play, which is quite a nice little thing. Cherrymon would make sense, yeah. Add to the blocker lineup. Actually, yeah, you know what? Instead of Puppetmon, instead of resting, just play another blocker down. But I guess you have to think about it the other way. It's like if you're gonna drop 8, red's gonna be terrible for it because you've got Skull Greymon to deal with as well. And that's gonna be a horrific net set because like black level 6 can give Ragnarlordmon and Omnimon Alter S blocker by an inherent, but you could Skull Greymon that, and that's gonna hurt. Or there's the 5-cost red option card that says Killer Blocker as well. So you could get rid of an Omnimon or something like that if it had inherent blocker, or Ragnarlord 4/5 basically. Let's see how people are getting on. Nothing submitted yet. Okay, so I'd like to see if everybody's enjoying the games. Oh yeah, he's played the one of Kari as well. So another interesting one. Actually, I remember him mentioning this to me as well, because he was asking me what the tamers can you put in to try and help like reset. There's nothing really that adds much value. Obviously, the Mimi can work with the flower cannon, but the Kari will reset you to. Obviously, it doesn't reset you, but if you're at 3 or few security right now, like you are, how it will resolve is obviously you reset to 3, then you gain a memory off the Kari. So technically, you're at 4 memory, which is quite nice. Like you could drop a couple of things down there. You could hard play a Greymon and then still go into something else and that. So obviously, sometimes it's not always ideal, but it could work nicely. It could work out. Like he's on 4 now, which is nice. He's got a Gargemon to come out. They've only got an Agumon, a Cobbiterimon, and Woodmon. So it's 4-2 on security right now. I think this is game 1. So raise out the Gargemon. If he has a Metal Greymon in hand here, drop it on that Greymon and start going to town. Remembering that reboot, I'll never stress how great a player that is. I mean, obviously sometimes if they have the 7k blockers like green does or black does, it's a problem. But I have no problems. If I have a tamer down as well, drop a Greymon 1 turn, puts him on 1, they pass turn back to me, I'll go straight into a Metal Greymon. Yeah, attacking green into green with black is we can save too, yeah, you're right, just obviously jamming, but the thing is with green, it doesn't have a lot of high DP stuff. Most of the curve is 6k, unless you get to the level 6s, level 6s. You'll have obviously the level 7 blocker from Cherrymon, but that all in all is about it. So yeah, green's not the most threatening for security. The worst thing is you flower cannon, but in black you have blockers. So flower cannon doesn't really hurt the deck. It doesn't seem like he has the Metal Greymon. He's played down the tie there, so he's got all the tamers, which is quite nice here. So obviously Baker on the green side can't just swing through freely because the 2 Gargemons are going to keep him locked down, but the problem is it's going to keep it either to the point where he needs to either start swinging through. Seems to be some sort of question going on here. Oh, he's swinging with a Greymon. Jamming won't come into effect. So that would die to make a Cobbiterimon. Yep. I thought he passed turn though. Maybe that was a weird attack. Yeah, I don't know if he passed turn then decided, oh no, I want to swing, and they've just accepted it. I'm not entirely sure, so he's just going to flower cannon one of the Gargemons. Then he just needs to get 3 attacks through safely. But the problem is he's done that, so he can swing with Agumon. Greymon's DP is only 4,000. It's really low. He's gets messed up by Volcanic and that as well. So he's got one for 3, so that kills the Agumon. Swing with Cobbiterimon. Yeah, he'll block. That's him gone. Is he going to swing with a wood? Because I don't see it beat. He's going to swing with a wood. Okay. Yeah, he's done that. He loses 2 memory. Passes turn over. Obviously, I guess how the green player's seeing it is there's not really a threat on board, and this is my big problem with Gargemon. The card is amazing, but it can't attack. Whereas that's why the promo Kurisarimon comes into it, because it's a 4 to play blocker. 60% average, I'd say that's about right. I have 60% average to die, and there's about a 20% chance you're going to hit an option card in green, because they do play a lot of options. So he's built up the Greymon there. Let's see if anybody submitted on their rounds. Doesn't look like it. Does anybody have an issue with submitting now? It should be fixed. No, that's fine. Yeah, it's just a little bit. That's the Digimon really just puts you in a bad place there sometimes. The fact that it can't swing, and it's cost me a game or so before, just because I've got to the point where I've got my board to a good enough point. But I needed that one extra swing. I was playing the game earlier, and that was the same case. I needed my Digimon to be able to attack, or I needed level 5, and I couldn't dig enough for level 5 with the amount of memory I had, and it ended up costing me a game. Everybody's on the hard stuff tonight. I think that was Lipton Dice tea. I've run out of my alcohol, I'm on the Tango. Yeah, the problem is now we're inside he can't just swing through with the Woodmons, because it's going to cost him 2 memory at a time, and he's got nothing resetting back to 0. There's nothing to reset back to 3, to be honest. So goes Lilymon there for 2, passes turnover, and Alan will go to 4. That's the one. Gone to 4. And hopefully this starts allowing him to maximise on his turns now, just having that 4 memory there, because like I said, if he gets down the Metal Greymon here, he can start swinging through a turn at a time. It's a long-winded process, but you know, it works. I don't know if he's got a toy Agumon at the bottom there. I don't think it is. But it's looking a bit tough right now. So we have got a winner on table 1. It's 2-0 there. The rest are still playing. Played down another Greymon. Did he have to swing with a Greymon again? Okay, so it lives. He's just not seeing those level 5s clearly, which is really tragic. It's really stopping his ability to try and push for games here. It's past turn. Yeah, so he's not got the Agumon there, so no reboot for him. Black still does have the 2 blockers. Realistically, all green need to do here is not even evolve up, just swing 3 times, and that's it basically. And that's 1 block, swing again, so 2 blocks. Yep. And he swings with Woodmon for game. Yeah. There we go. Swing. That's game 1. So who have we got joined us? I've got another viewer. I have to talk to you all personally because there's not enough, let's say, flow into my channel for me to have a mass of people that I don't know I'm talking to. So I've got Doof here. Second viewer, give me a shout out. Who's just joined? Is it Screen Stream? Have you come back? Have you done the shopping already? So we're going into game 2 here. That's the thing with the matchup against Black, it does take its time, and we've got 20 minutes left on these, I believe, in this round. So could end up being the old draw here, depending how well this next game goes. So Black's gonna go straight off the bat here. See, so he's got straight into a got someone. So you go for that early thing, yeah. He's gonna go for the early pressure. I mean, I feel like he really needs the Greymon and going for a Tumon for 3. So he's gonna start the memory gain. Yeah, I know Puppetmon has memory gains. Green can do there, or maybe he just wants to go wide and board. Or maybe he didn't see level 4s, that's it's always a thing. But yeah, maybe he just wants to go wide at this point, which isn't a bad shout, because Green may look to do the same, and they are. Goblin Mine's the power one. Looks level 4, sees none. Bottom of the deck for those 3. So one time out of the way, doesn't have to deal with, that's one bonus. Go to Digimon for 1 there. And this is one of the things with Green, and I think it will be the same next set as well. Just how much efficiency it's got in those, it really can starve in this matchup. Obviously, Black's got the reboot in that, which hinders Green on massively, because obviously you've got Puppetmons to suspend them. You've got things like Rosemon to suspend them. You can't suspend blockers and that. So Black ideally has a good matchup there. But it also has a bad matchup on the side of Green's so efficient, it's hard to keep up with. And that's where Black really needs to try and get established as quick as possible with a few blockers to slow things down. But the main part why Black normally has a good matchup here is if you have the War Greymon. As long as you have that in the deck, it's pretty much a good solid game, because that reboot and blocker on him just does too much. Security check by the old Digimon there. Nice little hard to cast the Agumon down. Yeah, so another comment. It is hard for Black to keep up, and that's it. Ceresmon vs Black matchup is like 75% right now. Yeah, this is what I mean. If you have the stuff that helps against it, so if you have the reboot down, if you have the blockers down, the Green generally does have a harder time. Because obviously normally you can just Terror Cluster something like that, or you want to suspend it, but with the blockers and that, it puts a hinder on it. But yeah, I consider it one of those where it is a bit of a 50-50 matchup of how well someone's handed. Like any game, to be honest, if your hand's good, you're generally in a very promising position. But yeah, Black does struggle to keep pace with it. That's why I feel like sometimes it's not even a bad thing just to try and hard cast those blockers down to stop them, because green's lower half is all about 6 to 7k, and black has blockers that you can potentially buffer to at least 8 at the lower end, so always good, always good. Just considering the block here. Welcome another viewer. Thanks for tuning into Gordo's games. And for sure they have a much better chance if they can get the D-Digivolve on green. Yeah, and that's the thing with black at the moment. Obviously the fact it has no hard removal. Obviously it's got access to Millenniumon, which is good removal. But the D-Digivolve is kind of its real saving point, because sometimes that's so relevant. Even in a yellow matchup, for instance, Kentaurismon can be a problem because you don't want to block that because it's 11k, and if you block it with something that's 11k, like a War Greymon, for instance, that's going to kill another body on board, and black's going to struggle to recover from that. Or Titanmons having the 12k bodies, Plesiomons, anything like that. So the D-Digivolve really does put in the work, especially the 6 cost. So I will hold my hands up quite now and say I was not sure about the 6 cost D-Digivolve by 4. Purely because of the cost of it, but logically speaking, if they've got to tame it down, you've got to tame it down. You actually don't lose anything. You just pass turn basically, and you strip them of loads of resources. But I'm a fan of Spy Shooter as well. Just that 3 cost to keep it on your turn sometimes can be enough. So if they've got a big body, evolve it by 1 and swing one of your guys into it. It's a nice way to keep the board under control. But yeah, no, I like the way they did this. I like the way they did the colours and that, because black was known to be down as the defensive one, and it really is. Obviously, surely for the amount of blockers it has, but it's also its playstyle as well. You're there to try and establish your presence on board. You want to try and branch out. You're not always aiming to go wide, but if you can in black, it's great to do so. If you end up with about 4 or 5 blockers on board and they're relevant, it's a good time. Okay, so he's going to decide to block with the Gotsumon there. I guess he didn't want to block with the Andromon because he needs it for next one, or is it a Cobraterimon under the Lilymon? Because if it is, yeah, then guess becomes 7k. No, she'd still crash. Yeah, no, I might have blocked the Andromon there, but that's hindsight. Obviously, my opinion doesn't count. Woodmon, yeah, Woodmon's down. Yeah, he could. Yeah, it's an iffy one. But I've made everywhere if there's anything they're unsure about in the games, to just shout out a judge request, because obviously I don't mind jumping on the tables and obviously having the conversations, go through the plays and that for them, how it actually works out. Just it's down to people to let me know. At this point here, I'm unbiased. I cannot give a comment based on what I see here. I can only watch the games and see how they unfold. Okay, so we've got 3 games finished. don't think about these headsets. Not the most comfortable. I need a new one, to be honest. I think this is probably the next thing I upgrade on my setup, is just getting a decent headset. Okay, so it's got the Greymon down and the Metal Greymon. If he has the level, if he has level 6, he loses the security tap +1. Yeah, they really do. These ones, I got these from work, and I feel like I'm an air traffic controller. I feel like I'm gonna start flagging down planes. Literally, there's no reason to do that. I'm pretty sure that the noise, what's the word from noise? I can't remember for the life of me. Noise suppression, noise reduction, noise cancelling headphones. I'm pretty sure of that because I cannot hear anything else whilst I've got these things on. Is that a quest for me? Can't hear him. Oh, we're not. Nobody wants to use the judge questing. Okay, so he's hitting the GD Revolver. Apparently they're having audio issues between the two of them. I think we're getting down to the point of end of round here. Remember rightly, 9 minutes left on the round. We still have this one, table 4 going. We've got table 6 and table 2. Some of these people really want to take the draws, don't they? Going for the full length of time. So someone would one lose 2 memory. I'm seeing that a lot from the players here, so he's gonna hit the Digimon, so that goes. And he's gonna Terror Cluster the Andromon. Bottom of the deck for that. Okay, so realistically, he needs to get some swings in here. If obviously Black wants to come back into this and take the game, I would start swinging with the Metal Greymon if it was me, and then if you have the resource, just build on the Hagorumon something else. Or drop that machine drum that's in his hand that I can see. That his opponent can see, but has not told him that he can see. Okay, he's got that to 4 there. So he's sad thing there, he loses the reboot. That's the one thing there. He's gonna lose the reboot off that, which is kind of what he needs. He needs the pressure and to restand. Otherwise, Green's gonna just keep trying to pin him down or swing into his things. So the Agumon for 3. And I think this is I think one thing where obviously when you play black you get caught in the part of how tall do you go, how defensive do you play, how much do you build on it before you go for the kill turn. Do you wait till you got a full board to establish? And I feel like that's a lot something you have to learn over the time of playing it and the matchups and that. But like for instance there, I would have just, I mean he had 8. I would have swung with the Metal Grim and I would have hard casted that Machine Drum. It would have put them on 4. He would have lost his Woodmon, he would have lost his Vegemon. Obviously it only takes him down by 1 apiece, but that is potentially. And he's going for the, I think it's going for the that and Terror Cluster on the Machine Drum. Alright, so he's making sure he's getting absolutely no plays. As for me, if he didn't have the Machine Drum on there, if he hard cast that Machine Drum on then, he would have had the Metal Greymon still there as well. If they decided they want to use that amount of resource to get rid of it. I don't invite everybody else. I'm an avid black player. I really like the colour. I really like what it does. I feel like it's going to be interesting next set as well. I'm just intrigued to see how much better it gets as well. Got 5 minutes left on the round, and then it's going to time. And he's going to drop Machine Drum on. DD Joel's Woodmon and Vegemon down by 1. Yeah. Please somebody make a judge request if there's a concern. TG evolve the Woodmon and the Vegemon down 1. Yeah. No, I'm ready to move on to set 1.5. I completely agree with that, Doof. I've looked at the cards so much, I've tried every variation of it. I really like the colour, but I really want more of the colour. I wanna have more decks. I just want to be greedy, alright? I've got my boxes pre-ordered. I want to open boxes. I want to pay extortionate amounts of money for cardboard. That's what I want to do. Who's with me? Who wants to pay lots of money for cardboard? Now, oh no, I'm not a scalper. But obviously there are those out there. I'm paying normal retail prices for my stuff, so I'm good on that part. I'm paying retail prices, and I'm quite happy with that. But yeah, we all know at the end of the day we pay a lot of money out for cardboard. Now this is pretty much game here. He's got 1 security left, 3 attacks, and only 1 blocker. If it goes into any further than this, it could go to the point where he actually costs himself the game, if I'm not mistaken. If he carries on delaying it, I mean he's got 2 terror clusters there, which were, I'd say a bit rogue. Let's go for the flower cannon, just to seal the deal. It's the Mimi, and that's it. That's game. Okay, so that's that one done.